October 26th of 2004 was the first time that I ever got arrested in my life. And the reason was they came over to do a welfare check and also a child welfare check. They had received phone calls that there was domestic violence going on in my home and neglect of my children due to my drug use. And so they came, and CPS was with the sheriffs, and they removed my children. And of course, like any mother, I just was scared. You know, I got scared. I didn't want them to get taken from me, and I started, fighting back. And so I got arrested for the first time in my life. I was 26 years old. During the time that I was incarcerated, my parents had custody of my kids, and they did not allow me to see my kids, especially through a glass. They were not going to be okay with bringing the children over and letting me see them. So there was periods of time, 7, 8 months, that I did not get to visit with my kids at all. It was only until I went to minimum security that what happened is there's an organization, Friends Outside, and they came in to provide a kids day. And I talked to my parents and asked them, told them it wasn't going to be through a class. It was going to be like an interaction visit. And so they were okay with that. I think they brought my kids and my niece. And I don't think that any children should really have to go through that, because I don't really know. I mean, I know that my son has experienced seeing his dad through the glass, and I just didn't want to be looked at like that. I didn't want them to see me just behind. I was so broken myself, though. I was just in a horrible state, and just completely depressed and down. That I don't think that would have been good for my kids to see me like that. I remember, saying, like, being out there completely strung out and saying, like, all I want is to be able to be at home with my children. That's all I want. If I could do that, I will stay clean. And when I got that opportunity, I ran with it. I was like, I have them, and I'm not going to do anything to jeopardize them getting taken away from me ever again. I only stay clean one day at a time. I only stay focused on what's going on today. But I mean, I think about it today. When I get those cravings, those urges, those wants to take something, I think about it. I'm like, I don't ever want to feel alone again. I don't ever want to be away from my children, and I don't ever want to hate the person that I am. So that's what keeps me really strong. I have an awesome family. My family is so supportive. Every single person in my family is really supportive of everything that I do. I just think it's really important the way that sometimes you don't know who's really out there to help you. You think, maybe it's just going to be your family, maybe it's going to be this person, but I think in order for me or for anybody to stay clean, we definitely need a community of different people. I think a huge motivation for me to get clean and stay clean was, first of all, that I was sick and tired of returning to jail, and sick and tired of being alone. I didn't want to be alone anymore. I'd been out there, and it was just awful. I had awful experiences. I overdosed twice in 1 week. And I think it was fear. I was just really scared. I did not want my kids to grow up knowing that their mom died of an overdose. And so I reached out. I asked for help, and I went to somebody that I never thought I would ask help. I asked probation for some help, and that's how I was able to go to the last treatment program. And I believe today that they saved my life. It saved my life.
Work right now is hard to find regardless, and then like with all the tattoos and whatnot, and then with the record especially, you can't go into anywheres, and like even if you go somewheres and you tell them, hey, I'm doing good, or the felonies and all that, I just got way too many felonies or whatnot. So when I was locked up, I did a lot of drawing, and I do a lot of time in the hole, and in the hole you're locked down a lot of the time, so you spend time drawing, reading, doing whatever you do, and I did a lot of drawing, I got kind of good at it. And now that I got out, instead of running around or going back and continuing, I use it to make money now, I don't go out and commit crimes. I don't go out and, rob people, break into houses, or sell drugs or use drugs, or, I just got out of that completely, and I used what I learned in there, brought it out here to better myself, I mean, it's slow work, drawing or tattooing. I mean, how many people come every day and say, hey, I want to draw you? Not too many. Tattoos, yeah, they do, but it's not like a steady income, but it's something that I can support myself with, where I don't got to run around and be stupid again, and I don't got to go back to prison, So I use that to my benefit, And everybody around here sees and knows. I mean, you know, a lot of people know me or whatnot, cops and everything, and they see like, okay, he's doing cool. They see the little tattoo equipment when they come over for the parole searches or whatever, and they see it all at your equipment. I mean, they know I'll be tattooing in here or whatever, you know, and they don't say nothing. They let me be. I'm not bothering nobody. I stick to myself, and you know, I just do it like that. When I first got arrested, I was a little youngster. I went to juvenile hall, and right there started like just wanting to send things out to girls or you know dumb things like that. And I started like tracing over precious moments and like dumb the little girls in the swings and you know things like that, and then tracing them over. And then from there, just when like for a while it was like that or like, and then I just started getting just like better and better, you know, throughout the years. I mean, I spent a lot of years in juvenile hall, and then from ranches to group homes to all that, and I always ran and you know took off and just was always back and forth out of juvenile hall and then to county jail, and then from there, I mean, you just always have a lot of time, you know. I mean, you work out and do other things, but for the most part, I mean, you're just kicking back all day, you know. Like, I'd sit there for hours on end, like, you know, I'd handle my responsibilities, but I'd sit there for hours, just drawing for hours, and I'd rethink everything or conversations that I had before, or just anything, you know, and just, I'd stop because my back was hurting from sitting down or, you know, on the bunker, and just, I would just draw, you know. I would just lose myself in the drawings, you know. When I send artwork to people when I'm locked up or whatever, I'll send it to somebody, but I like sending them to people if they're gonna appreciate it and put it up on the wall. You know what I'm saying? I spend hours and hours and hours doing the art. If I'm gonna send you something and then you're just gonna throw it on top of the refrigerator, it's like, oh come on, dude. You know, I just spent you know all week sitting here doing it or whatever. But if you enjoy it, I won't sell art either. Like I'll sell pieces here and there if I'm locked up or whatever. But for the most part, if you want something, I'll do it and I'll give it to you. And you'll send it to your old lady, and they're always coming back like, oh, she loved it, thank you, and you know, that's what I enjoy more. Just the point of people liking the art, you know. That's why I like to take my time, or even the drawings. I don't like to half-ass them because then it's my work that's showing up. Right now, there's like a lot of pieces of mine sitting Sacramento, Stockton, Fresno, or framed up somewhere, and they don't know that I'm the one that did it, but I know I'm the one that did it. And everybody that passes by that living room and sees it, they tell that person, "Oh, that's bad right there," and they're talking about my work, and I like that. Well, the things that I draw just depends on like if how I'm feeling that day or when I get up. If I'm in a bad mood, I'll draw something that's just like not crazy, but a little more like you could just tell the mood in it. You know what I'm saying? You look at something, you can tell it's not going to be fairies and butterflies, or you know, or it depends if I'm thinking about somebody, I'm going to send them something. It's what I think that person would like, so I draw that, or just different things. Or I like fantasy art, or like dragons, or it just has to be detailed, or like with faces. I like to sit there and try to make them look realistic. Because you see faces, people draw faces, and they look cartoonish, or they look, you know what I'm saying? You got to be able to get the shading right and make it look cool. So it just depends, you know what I'm saying? I like to draw everything, a little bit of everything. Yeah, it always passes the time. But yeah, I mean, being locked up helped me. I mean, to do the artwork anyways. If not, I wouldn't have the time to start. I probably wouldn't have started doing it out here just because. I like tattooing. I like to be able to just wake up whenever I want to wake up and set my little appointments. And I mean, I'm not rich, you know what I'm saying? But I live comfortable and I got everything that I need. So yeah, it's fine for now. That was one of my friends right on the side of his neck. And I tattooed it right here and I dug him out bad. And it's scarred and everything came out crazy. That was the first time I tattooed. I remember tattooing him right there. And then we had a gun. And then I started with my fingers, putting dots on my fingers. And that's why I got all these crooked old dots. And yeah. We just, I don't know, just started going from there. Just tattooing anything. Letters, just everything all crooked, just dumb. It was just tattooing on each other. I got some mess ups too. There's these arms. Got these sleeves. It's a bit of different work from different people. Just times here and there. Thrown out different prisons here. These arms. Well, this, the neck. This I'm getting removed. This is coming off. The face is coming off. I want to get them off. They're just too noticeable. They're just gang related. Just stupid tattoos that I regret, you know? They show everywhere. You can't walk around nowhere. You can't go to the beach, you know? Take off your shirt. I go to the beach and take off a shirt and just, everybody just like, everybody and their moms is tripping, you know? They be looking, just attracts too much attention. I mean, I got them, but yeah, I'm working on taking them off now, but I got them different places, man. But I just started, so it's going to take a minute to get them off. Got to work on it. It hurts more taking them off than it does putting them on, I'll tell you that. This, and then right here on the side, the W and the fingers. Get them off. I mean, I would have preferred to, instead of being in juvenile hall, to actually graduated high school and like gone to the prom and went to college, you know what I'm saying, and been a bachelor right now and not have to worry about bills and kids and, you know, have a good education, making 30, 40 bucks an hour, living by myself in a studio, just running around, you know, going to work and enjoying myself. Yeah, that would be fantastic. But I mean, it's not, I mean, the way that I chose to grow up and the things that I choose to do, just, I'm on a whole another freeway from that one, you know. Eventually, I'll probably go back to school and go do that, whatever. But right now, I'm just trying to adjust to getting out and setting my foundation and being cool and where I stay and where I live and I want to move out of this little neighborhood. I want to live here forever. Kicking back right here, watching everybody pass by. I see so many people pass by right here. And like I try to stay out of the makes and out of the trouble and out of all that. And I'm doing good and I rarely go to the bars or I mean I'm 21. I can go to the bar and do whatever I want to do. I don't know. Right now I'm just like I said. I'm just trying to make the 1 year mark. That's my thing right now. And that thing is, I get up every morning. And when I get up every morning, I don't do anything that's gonna put me in jail. So I'm not gonna go to jail. How many people wake up every day and go to work, come home, raise their family, clean their house, do their dishes, throw out their garbage, tired as hell, go to sleep, wake up and do it again and never go to jail? A lot. Because they don't do things that put them in jail. So that's just, I'm not doing things that put me in jail. But I'm just taking it nice and slow because I know the way that I am, everything starts going at a fast pace and it just, by the time I'm speeding and I get arrested, So I'm just going nice and slow. I'm not worried about nothing. I just kick back right here and I'm good. Yeah.
I was 14 when I found out that my mom had been embezzling money from her job. It was a county job, and she first went to county jail, and then after she was tried, she went to Valley State Prison for Women in Chowchilla, and she's serving a 20-year sentence, which is now reduced to half time with good behavior, so a 10-year sentence. Wow. And it's been, I can't believe it, but I think it's been almost 7 years. When she went to jail, I was initially put in foster care because of a lot of circumstances. There wasn't anyone locally who could supervise me all during the week. So I went to foster care, and a lot of strange things happened. I switched houses a few times, ended up living with another family member. Yeah. I know she feels a lot of regret for letting me, I know she feels regret for the fact that I had to be in foster care, for the fact that I had a really unstable part of my life. I don't feel resentful toward her. I don't feel ashamed of her, but she does feel ashamed. She is really sorry for what she's done, and she's just looking forward to getting her life back. I can't be angry at the woman who raised me, who taught me to be the way I am. The thing about my mom is it really surprised everyone when we found out that she'd been doing this. I was always raised to know not to steal, not to lie. I was raised with like a good set of morals, I like to believe, and it was really just a shock. That's what I felt mostly when everything was first happening. Just shock. My mom's really sad that she can't watch me graduate. She was sad that she couldn't watch me graduate from high school. She was really hoping that some of the initiatives to release non-violent elderly offenders early would pass, but nothing's happened so far. So yeah, she's gonna have to wait the next 3 years to finish her sentence. Yeah, she's really sad about it. I'm really sad about it. She's come to the realization that she's just gonna have to serve her entire sentence